Hello and welcome back to the devious den of Silvertail, and we're back in Spellcaster University. I believe that's what it's called. I always get it. I get it mixed up between Academy and University. Back in our little desert-bound school with our students who are trying not to collapse under the heat, and we are halfway to having our school hopelessly destroyed. We don't have. We do have one, but it's not a very good one, so we can improve it. Hello. Child of nature. The thing which I find slightly concerning is it's allergic to crustaceans. Lobsters, if they pinch you in the throat, we can die. I can assure you of that. But how many lobsters are you going to be seeing in enchantment and alchemy, I wonder? It's a bit concerning as to what we actually have in our alchemical potions. You seem okay. Yay! Okay. Right, we're saving that for wishes from the Djinn. Refectory, we've already got one. Student room would be good. Private room might be better. It's time to pay the tax of magic. Do you remember? You had a payment delay? As you know, there are two things you can't escape in life, the tax and the dreaded slimy swamp dragon. I wish if I had some sort of swamp dragon I could deal with it. I don't have alcohol and, well, alcohol, and I don't have gold, so it's not I don't want to, it's I can't. I still need to be better off with them. But, I don't think I quite have enough for a wish. I think I'm like I'm like 5 mana short. Phew. If I'd gone over there, I would have been really down. Oh, hooray! More things. I'll accept that. Perfumer. I'm gonna re-roll because, as I said, what I want really is things that are going to benefit the next playthroughs. Not playthroughs, but the next schools on this particular attempt to beat the game. Arcane Scholar is not too bad. Right, there was something I wanted to show you last time and I forgot. Ta-da! My office. It shows you the map, it shows you this, what your students got. I meant to show you because I said I got more librarians at the end of the last thing. So we've had a grand total of 17 librarians, 15 of which were trained during last level. So we got quite a few more, actually. Which gives you a permanent boost. Permanent. No bonus. Okay. I mean, it is permanent. But, yeah. So, enchanted visions, yeah. So, all our students have a 17% chance of getting that trait, which is pretty decent. But that's why we want the ones that are permanent, because they boost us for the rest of the time. Here's our curses, our magics. I guess maybe we get 7 schools total? Would make sense. I forget. Oh. Oh. Oh, I never even... Oh. I didn't even realize I had these. Pre-selection. So if we have no selection, I didn't even realize I could do this. I didn't realize I could pay them more to get... Good grief. You can actually pick which... Is that correct use of the word gender? It seems to be a common use of the word gender, but for me gender is like your programming. Your sex is whether you're male or female, man or woman. Programming is just, your gender would then be your programming, which would be your, what are you programmed to be. Because then the result of those two things, because your sex would then be your body, which is also your hormones. That could work. Gluten canteen. Do you have so little respect for your students you don't even offer them a gluten-free menu? Not even a vegetarian one? In the end, it may not be so surprising if you find so many students in my school. Yeah, sure. Let's bring in some cultural dishes. That's far more appropriate. There's only a very specific set of situations in which gluten is actually a problem for anyone, and that's not intolerance. Ah, well, we tried love, we tried wisdom, wealth. No, unfortunately, we cannot trade gold. It's one of the very few things, of course, there's so few things, that we cannot do. But if I can give you any advice, real wealth is in our heart. I'll also give you a few things to help you get rich on your own. Thank you. That is actually going to be very helpful, because I know the aquarium is pretty good for getting gold. Pegasus. We'll get a Pegasus to float around the school, why not? Canopy bed. Hello. Hooray! Yeah, I mean, I know that all this sort of terminology, it gets a lot of people very emotional at the moment, but certainly the way I always understood it, and I mean that's me coming out of having studied this sort of thing, was that your sex is what you are physically. Your sexuality is sort of your neural programming, whether you're programmed to think like a male or a female. It's like whether your toaster wants to be a blender or something. It can cause issues if it's not matching, but that's just the way nature was not created by, nature was created by a little bit of trial and error. It's got little bugs and glitches in its system, which is fine. There's no problem with that. There's nothing to be ashamed of being, well, of basically having drawn a bit of a short stick as far as nature goes, because nature it doesn't think, it doesn't care, it doesn't have the capability of caring about people or their feelings. You just are who you are. But yeah, so like your sex would be what you are. That's the thing which you can't change, which it's just a physical thing. It's your blueprint. You're built to that blueprint. But then your gender would be what you feel you are. And then like your sexuality would be the combination of the two. So if you have like a male blueprint but feminine programming, you might end up being homosexual or something like that, or potentially identify as trans if it's especially potent, like maybe far end of the scale in both directions. Still can't please these people. But that's probably a topic I shouldn't even discuss, because I know a lot of people get very emotional about that and have their own definitions of what these things mean, which they're quite attached to, whether or not it's, well, the definition, which I often find can be the problem with a lot of people who argue with each other. They use a lot of big, powerful words these days have like an official meaning which some people go for, but then they also have a meaning that some people like that's what they feel it means to them. Oh my word, the king is really up with us now. I don't know if he'll do something against us. Let's try and nip that in the bud. But yeah, this is definitely not a topic for this sort of video, or in general, probably. Just, I don't know. I'm a writer, I get caught up on correct terminology and the implications of terminology. So when I see something like that, I'm like, is that correct word use, or is that... Oh, that's useful, actually. I look at it and I'm like, is that accurate word use, or is that going to cause confusion? Because I find a lot of times when people argue with each other, they might actually mean or want the very same thing. But because they don't use the words in the same way, because the words mean something different to each party, they can only argue because the words don't have the same meaning to them. Because our language, although it's all set in stone, language is something which is actually very different for everyone who hears it. I always found language very interesting to study because it can really heavily affect how people see the world. Oh, students, that was why. It's like, oh, I forget where it is. There's some tribe that exists somewhere. I forget where. We have so many unfinished columns. We'll just put a psychologist at the top of the portal that makes people insane. Just take one step out of there and go straight to the psychologist's office. That'll work. Oh, hello. Aha! We have everything for this event. Good evening. As you know, the planets will soon be aligned. Are you ready to welcome the darkness? No, but I can see that's not true. We have an observatory, you know. And he goes off embarrassed. I guess that comes back down to the whole calendar mistake that means that he's coming here 2 years early anyway. We have arcanic mana. Well, you couldn't give us love or wealth or wisdom. How about power? Power? No, unfortunately we cannot give you power. Political, magical, or military is one of the very, very few things we cannot do. But I'll give you some advice. Power tends to corrupt. Absolute power absolutely corrupts. I'll also give you some things to help you become powerful on your own. It's not even really a piece of advice. Oh, the Orc Hound. We've had that one pop up in events before. What does it even do? Use the desire to do stupid things. We'll shove that up there. Shove those by the door in case we need them. We'll put you up there because it's a place I can put you. Do we have anywhere for these? Apparently we do. But where? Oh, here. Apparently there's still places for those too, but... Whoa, we have so many candidates. That's interesting. You know, if I'd taken that boost, that meant that if I said it that our students graduated faster, then I could possibly get like that I could possibly have gotten that if I had it. I don't have it this time. If I'd had the get 110 students through school if they graduated faster, we might have actually been able to achieve that, because then I think... Yeah, I don't even know why I'm still thinking of talking about it, you know. People use words different ways, and that gets a lot of people annoyed. Oh right, I was talking about that tribe, of course, that's a much safer topic. A much safer, much better topic. Yeah, so there's this tribe somewhere, I forget where exactly, but they only have like 2 words for colour. They only have 2 colour words in their language. But then if you give them like, when given a sheet with like loads of different colours on it, they reported that they couldn't tell the difference. Because their brain hadn't learned to distinguish colour that way. Because I guess they'd never had to. And bearing in mind, you know, all creatures are a bit like that. They only learn or know what they need to learn or know. Hello. We don't have jails in our school. Ooh, oh. I want these things, but I don't have any room for them. Maybe I can get a stable in here? No. I can get a guinea pig tower, though. And if I put it somewhere else, then I can shove the little dragon in there. Yay. Like my little dragons. What next? I guess I'll... Is it even worth trying to iron things out with the king? Black dragon. You're so cute. Oh, chains. Yes, that would be great to have, because then the parents, if they come around, won't be angry at me anymore. Yeah, it was really interesting that, just how the language works affects how you think about things, and how you think about things affects your body and your mind. It's I guess a bit like the placebo effect. Not like the placebo effect, but I think that may work by a similar mental pathway, because if you think you're going to get better, then you often do. What you're thinking has an effect on your mind in its way. I guess we'll get this. I don't see the point. But we have lots of students, so maybe I'll just shut up here. Sure, why not? Is there any point going back to the Djinn? I don't think so, actually. So maybe we won't bother. Yeah, I'd like to do that, but I just don't have the, Oh, sure. Window to another world. You would just... Oh, you're not going to go away. I would love more dragons. It's not that it's too expensive, it's that I don't have the space. Let's get on with the guild. I don't know if anything good will happen if I get on well with the guild. We don't need more golem manufacturers. We really don't. I've accepted too many of them. There we go. We're starting to get to the point where our students won't have time to finish their studies. That said, any of them could, in theory, like, be a librarian or something that'll be beneficial to us. So I'm still tempted to, like, accept all of them. Shove these down here just so we've got more comical types to keep our people happy. Refectory. Let's upgrade our refectory. Why not? There's so many of these things. Oh dear. Yeah, so placebo effect, it can mean that you can get better even when there's no real reason for you to be getting better. So perhaps that's also how the whole word thing works. If you're taught to think a certain way. I wish we still had that. Guess we'll get even lower with the kingdom. Good grief, he couldn't be much less happy with us. I should probably be going to the orcs to try and drive off the evil, but I don't want to lose my quest with them. And I've already got 2 quests done, and I don't think I'm going to get the Archimage. So, whoa, oh no. I can never fix this. I can never make it zoom out. I wish there was a button for that. Well, this is no good, is it? I suppose this gives us a chance to get a good look at them all, failing miserably as they are. But anyway, I could yammer on and on and on about things like psychology all day long, because that's where I had interest when I was young. It's where my teaching was. We're just making this thing even bigger and better, apparently. We're gaining loads of mana, which is interesting. Ooh, enchanting and portals. Where's our enchantment room? This would be so much easier if it hadn't zoomed itself in. Fine, I'm gonna... We have so little time until it's not a problem anymore anyway. I'm not even gonna bother. It's not gonna make a big effect. Where is our enchantment room, though? Yeah, take it. That's potions. I'm not gonna bother, they will have no time to learn anything. Here we go. Master of Portals. Nice. 3 random alchemy potions. Well, that's a bit late, isn't it? I think I'm gonna end the episode here, actually. I'll be going through these fellows, and all 63 of them, and picking their futures. And then I will pick a new school location, and we'll just start there. Because I don't really see the point of, like... No, we'll just start in the new school location. No, it gives me a bit of information about them when I click on it. I'll come back to you. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look through these folk and deal with all this off camera and come back to you when we hit the new area, just have a peek at it, and then I'll probably just end the episode there before we actually get started. So, seeing you in a moment. Hello again. We're back here trying to figure out where on earth we're going to send our students next. I'm thinking we might keep on going south down to the swamps. And we're going to pick a book. Tier 2. Shouldn't it be Tier 3? We completed 2 missions, didn't we? No? In the refractory, we progress slowly in random magic. Interesting. Increased speed of alchemy learning. A bit specific. Light rooms increase the efficiency of other rooms by 5%. This one is going to be good no matter what you're doing. Oh, great. And now we have this. Bloody Curse. Each time you're attacked, 3 enemies join the attack. I'm going to go for this one. I don't normally have too bad relationships. Okay. Swamp Citadel. The swamps. I don't know if it's an excellent choice. So yes, it's isolated, but between mosquitoes, ghosts, and zombies, I'm not sure that students will be in a good condition to study. Well, you know what you're doing, Director. Do I? Life and sanity is going down slowly. Okay. No doubt shadow magic is at work. Potions. Burnouts. I'm going to go for shadow magic, I guess. Boop. And that's where I'm going to end the episode. Next time we will come back and go over to the dark side of magic. I hope that nothing that I was, chattering away about and annoying anyone. Because, I don't mean anything by it. Just, we have a strange old world where no one's quite agreeing with each other, and that's a real shame. People do need to be talking through their problems maturely and all that, and that goes for all sides and all these things. Everyone's starting to get more angry about everything and not listening to each other. Sort of the irony of the irony of how we're interpreting freedom of speech at the moment, I suppose. Is everyone's free to speak, but no one's free to speak out against. It's become a bit one-sided, I think, ironically. But anyway, before I say anything else contentious, I'll probably stop. Anyway, all this from just seeing one word, and I was thinking, is that even the appropriate terminology? Dear me. Anyway, this is it for the episode. Be sure to come back if you like what you see. Remember to always pack a plan D, because here there be dragons.